Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's sharing. Okay, so for those who have been following us, if you have not seen our previous video, okay, I actually interviewed Priscilla and also Jimmy. They touched on buying property 15% below the market valuation, and also topics like how to deal with luxury buyers coming from China and Hong Kong. So today, I'm very happy to invite one of my agents, Billy. Billy, say hi. Hello.
Hello, morning everyone.
Okay, let me just do an introduction about Billy before I get him to speak more. Okay. So Billy is 45 years old. Okay. he don't look 45, I know. Okay. He has been in the teaching industry for 15 years, 15 years before he switched to real estate. Okay. During his teaching days, he's actually the subject head for PE. Strong man. Yeah. And also, I can't believe this thing, but he is the discipline master because he looks so friendly. Yeah. Okay. Then he joined real estate since 2017. Okay, October. And what he achieved is something incredible. You see, in ERA, we have got more than 7,000 over agents. Okay, he achieved 2 years of Top Achievers Award. In 2018, he is position 393. 2019, he's actually the top 244th position, which is the top 3% in ERA out of 7,000 over agents. Can we give Billy a big round of applause? Okay. And of course, during these 30 months in real estate, he actually received 20 monthly awards in Preeminent Group. Okay. That means 2/3 out of his whole real estate journey. Okay. In October 2018, he was appointed by ERA to be the project IC for Whistler Grand, project by CDL. Okay, which is only 1 year after he come into the industry, which is quite rare if you ask me. Billy is somebody who is, to me, he is somebody who is committed, calm, matured, and fun. Okay, and I must say, as a salesperson, he has done very, very well, and he focuses on wealth creation, helping HDB upgraders upgrade their property portfolio. Okay, Billy, welcome once again. Okay.
Thank you.
Before we start the whole conversation, can I just get you to describe, introduce yourself a bit and maybe describe your own personal journey with real estate? How has this journey been for you so far?
Okay. Some of you know I actually Hong Konger also. Okay, came to Singapore when I was about 14 years old. All right. Now, of course, married with a lovely wife and a daughter who studies in MGS. This year she's in Set 1.
Wow.
Okay, why do I come into this real estate industry? I think very much depends also because of my own investment journey lah. Okay, which today like to share a little bit. Okay, sure. Everyone. Okay, some background back then both myself and my wife are civil servant lah. So what we call the Tefan one, the iron rice bowl. Okay, we really started off like most Singaporean. Okay, get married, buy a 5-room flat at back then was about 280,000. Okay, the unit is 518 Jalapan Road. Okay, so those days are big dream, want to have walk-in wardrobe, want to have study, entertainment room, those sort of thing. So die must have those big HDB houses one. Okay. Then realize that the CPF installment, all those sort of things are very comfortable. Okay. And at the point of time, never crossed my mind that I can afford a condominium. Okay. So always think平淡淡的路 very smooth, get a HDB and all. So until one fine day, I went to visit my friends who stay who has a condo in District 21. Okay. We were lepak at the swimming pool, just chit-chatting. Wow, then I look at the place, I very envy, very 妒忌, So Then I asked him how much he purchased the property. Okay, then I was really shocked because I find out that he bought his condo then less than $500,000.
Which
Okay.
year? Which year is that?
Say again?
Which year?
Which year? Remember those days when I was really in the still under NIE training. Okay, first few years in my teaching career. If you ask me, I think about 2005, about there lah, 2005, 2006.
Yeah, less than $500,000. Normal.
Yeah. Correct. Later, I got some statistic I can show you also. Okay, so then I 2G lah, very envy, you know. Then I talk to my wife and say, hey, actually very affordable leh. Okay, because I do my own calculation, talk to other people, ask people for advice and all those kind of things. Then we decided to really take the next step forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward a little bit we decided to sell our HDB. Remember, I bought at 280,000. Okay, only managed to sell at 320, about 320, 330, those are price range lah. Okay, so make a small amount of money from the proceed. All right. Now then, after that, what do we do? Let me try to recall. Okay, yeah. Then we decided we do our studies and all that. We decided that we want to upgrade to a private condo. Right? So we buy a condo. Okay, BUC project. In fact, it's still under sub sale then. Okay. After that, we move into our new house. Then we realize financially no difference there. The monthly installments still paid by our CPF. Okay, very very affordable. But the lifestyle change is really quite a big difference. No, I remember bringing my daughter to swim, to play at the playground. No, at night we chill out at the pool, just to lay back with my wife, drinking and all those kind of things. Okay, so the quality of life really gets better. Okay, then what happened was quite amazing because after staying there for 1 year, okay, I sold that property at a big profit lah. So I actually make about 300,000 for staying there for 1 year lah. Okay, so
you went in, stay for 1 year, you sold already.
Yeah, stay for 1 year sold already.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
Okay. So with that 300,000 because then still in teaching, so I wanted my girl to get into a better school. Okay, in order to get into a better school, then we need to stay within a kilometer to the school. So we decided to upgrade to a better location. My dream house was the house that I went to live up with my friends right back then. So you know what? I bought the place.
The same condo.
Yes, correct. Wow. So we bought the place. Good enough is 1 kilometer to the school that we wanted her to get in. She got in, now she's in Set 1 and all those other things. Now with the small amount of money, cash amount of money that we make, right, we actually able to afford to a better place. At the same time, we also diversified our investment portfolio. We also bought a commercial unit for investment.
Okay. So one stay, one for investment.
Commercial elements for investment.
Okay.
Then fast forward some more. So after that, stay there for a couple of years. Then I get into the real estate industry. Okay, I sold the D21 Garden Vista. Okay, I sold the Garden Vista unit. Make another 200,000. Okay, so again now financially, family more stable. Okay, we further diversify our portfolio. Now I use my wife's name to purchase a BUC. Okay, then myself I go and buy a resale condo. All right, so as of now we have 2 condo and 1 commercial unit lah.
Oh, great.
Okay, so at this whole journey, right? I mean, there wasn't a time where I put the family at risk because after all, we do all this for our family, ma. Okay, so there wasn't a time where I put my family at risk because people who know me knows that when I talk about property, when I talk about holidays, I cannot stop one. Okay, so in fact, even I mean now that my physical asset quite heavy, okay, I'm still able to travel every year. No, I travel to London, Europe, Japan, Korea. I think most of the places you name it, I have been to there. I do not have to compromise the family holidays. I still can buy what I like to buy, eat what I like to eat, and all. But sometimes people think, wow, 买 condo 可能要啃面包 and all those stuff.
Okay,
But
so it doesn't affect your lifestyle at all. Everything goes on as per normal.
yes, correct. So that's my journey. So with that, I realized I have done it myself. Okay, and I would like to share more of this journey with my friends, my clients. Okay, so that I can help them to also start building up the assets. All right. Yeah, that is the one of the reasons why I get into the real estate industry.
Or it's also because of your own real estate experience, buying, selling properties, that you think why not you become a real estate salesperson?
Yes, correct. In fact, that I actually has a short video that I've done up, right, that I share with my client. Okay. Would you like to take a look also?
Can. You hit the share screen button, you share it, let us take a look.
Okay, but still they come a bit boy lah, so let me now also boy lah, huh? Okay.
Okay, you try to talk as you show.
Okay. So meanwhile, while I'm trying to look for the video, okay, got it. So something that I like to share with my clients, because it actually touched our life, is what a lot of Singaporean, my age lah, my era. Okay, can you see the screen?
I can see.
Okay, let's watch the video. Okay, I'll stop here. All right.
Nice video.
Thank
so this
you.
is something that you share with your customer to tell them about your experience.
Yeah, because a lot of times when we tell our customers, when we tell someone to buy something, to start your investment journey, then I feel that if I have done it, I am able to role model or to show people that it is actually doable. It is actually real, because someone that you know, someone that you know for many years have done it himself, and really much want to share this journey with others. Because although I'm not a teacher anymore, the teacher in me is still very much like to share, want to impart knowledge, and want to help other people lah.
Can. Okay, since we know Billy as somebody who focuses on HDB upgraders, people who build multiple real estate portfolio for their customer. You know, in the social media world, there's always this kind of advertisement that comes out: sell one property, buy two property kind of concept. Maybe today you can help us uncover more about what is this all about, and who is really suitable for such sell one buy two concept.
Is there a really profile of people who are suitable? I would say there is no fixed profile, really no fixed profile.
Okay.
Because it's actually more importantly to talk to somebody that you trust. Okay. Because really every case is very different. In my journey so far, I realized that some example have like MOP issue, whether it's affordability. Some of them has got school-going children. Okay. Some are considering whether a resale or BUC is better. So really, in most cases, there are no fixed profile where, wow, these are people confirm can do sell one buy two. Okay. But more importantly, you need to talk to the people, talk to the right person, so that they can advise you accordingly. But in general, okay, I noticed that the cases that I have managed, there are three different kind of people, right, that should start to think about it, should start to think about it and take actions, lah.
Okay.
Okay. The three groups are first one, okay, those who actually bought BTO, okay, from HDB directly, meaning you are the first time homeowner, okay, homeowner, yes, all right. The second group of people, right, are those that who buy condo direct from developer, okay, in the last couple of years, all right. And of course, the last group of people that should start considering are those who own a resale condo for more than 10 years, okay, because more than 10 years, because some of these people are sitting on very, very big profit, okay. Zach, actually, would you like me to share a real example which I recently helped one of my clients to restructure his portfolio from HDB into
Sure. Come, tell us more.
Okay, let me try to recall. I met this buyer in Whistler Glen about 1.5 years ago. Okay. So he came to the show flat, and we actually we presented the project and all those other things. And when we sit down for discussion, then we started the financial calculations, the progress, the asset progression, all those other things. We actually realized that if he were to sell his HDB, he's making a profit of 200 over 1,000.
Not bad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he has a HDB in a West Coast area. All right. So after meeting the discussion, and then he realized that he was the one who told me if he were to sell a few years before that, he could make even more, because the prices actually went down quite a fair bit in the last couple of years. So, but nevertheless, he decided to take action. Okay. We move on quite quickly, because when we sell the HDB, okay, we went on to do our house hunting, okay. Eventually, he used his wife's name to buy a new project in the east, okay. So after which, okay, so he used the wife's name to buy one project already. Then not too long, at the beginning of this year, all right, we met up for further discussions and all this something. Okay, then he decided he's ready to take action, because he believed that he really understands the whole real estate scenario now, that BUC is the potential of the BUC is the greatest.
Okay.
So recently we started the journey for himself. Okay. He bought a unit in Tampines for investment. Okay. So with, you see, now that he sells his HDB and he buys his 2 condo, all right. In fact, the booking fee for the 2 units, right, are fully covered by his cash proceeds from the HDB. Okay, I did not touch any of his cash saving in the family at all. In fact, there's still a small amount of money that he's able to keep. Okay, something such a little bit, because very, very, very interestingly, because this client really become a good friend. Okay, to a certain point of time where before he purchased his Tampines project, we actually went to see a high-end property. Okay, hello.
Yeah.
The screen for. Let me a moment.
Okay.
So we went to see a high-end project. Okay. He loved the project very much. He almost wanted to buy 2 million, Okay. So from a HDB of 600,000, he bought one, he used the wife name to buy a 1.6 million project, and then he himself wanted to buy a 2 million project. So I was a bit worried. I didn't want him to over leverage. Okay. So I told him to come down, and then we work up the finances again. So I actually recommended something more affordable, more suitable for his family profiles and all. So in the end, we decided to go with the Tampines project. So that is a case study where I help my clients to upgrade or build up the wealth by selling the HDB and buying two.
So this is a customer whereby you meet in Whistler Glen. They walk in, is it?
They walk in.
Walk in, and you somehow enroll them into this sell one buy two concept, which they did. And if I hear you clearly, they didn't do it immediately, as in sell already, quickly buy 2 units, is during a period of time of probably 1 year?
Yes, correct.
1 year to execute this sell one buy two concept. So this concept may not be an immediate thing. Okay, am I right? Okay.
Yes, correct.
So they bought one for own stay and one for investment without touching their savings.
In fact, yes, correct. You're right. One for own stay, one for investment.
Okay.
But both are new projects.
Okay, so there's a possibility, especially when you meet this kind of customer, whereby they make good profit from their current property, whether is it a HDB or a condo, you can still possibly sell already, get into 2 different. But I mean, end of the day, if they are upgrading, if they are buying property, it is still okay if they touch a bit of their savings also, right?
Yes, correct. In fact, like my own story, okay, my very first from HDB to Centuries, okay, some of the cash proceeds from the sales of the HDB plus a bit on my own saving, all right, that helps me to kickstart everything now.
So it's important is when you touch your saving, as long as it doesn't affect your life, you are actually putting money into an asset that will probably grow in years to come.
Correct.
So you will advise customer that as well, right? It is okay to touch a bit of savings.
It is okay. It's okay. Yes. But of course, everything has to be done within the means and the family comfortability.
Okay, and just now I heard you saying about he almost wanted to buy something in the high-end condo, and I heard this word over leveraging. Okay, is there something that you want to touch on? How much is over leveraging to you, and why is it not advisable?
Okay, knowing my client, my friends, actually he told me that he is able to, in case of things turns not so nice, he's okay to pay up one of the property almost in full.
Okay. Money lah, he got money kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
But on the other hand, I also feel that his goal is really to start building up his assets. But when I do the financial calculations, okay, his monthly installment is almost when it's TOP, his monthly installment is almost 10K a month. Okay, which is really in my opinion is a little bit over leveraged. Okay, because if I were to combine the 2 monthly installment, it's a bit unnecessary to put the family into that kind of risk. If let's say market doesn't market adjustment comes into play. So that's why we decided to look at other possibility, because that is not the only good buy in the market. Okay, Of course I know he can afford. Of course I know if he really like it, he can go ahead and make the purchase. But I feel as a duty of a friend, of a trusted advisor, I think I need to give him open different door for him to reconsider.
I see. But when it comes to this kind of customer whereby they are in the process of upgrading their property portfolio, can I just ask, is there any general concern that when they want to upgrade, they are always fearful about? Maybe you can share a few.
Okay, so I hear that. Okay, understand. So there are some concerns that I usually hear from my clients. Okay, mainly there are three different types lah. Okay, the first one is those who tell me that, oh, wow, my HDB fully pay up already, low loan, very stress free. Okay, then the second groups are those who don't want to give up the space, because now I stay in a big HDB, I got a lot of space here and there. Okay, and then the third groups are those who say, wow, moving house very troublesome. Okay, so can I illustrate a little bit more in the?
Can.
Okay.
So three kind. One is those fully paid HDB, they are in their comfort zone. They don't want to take up new loan. Second, those who wants big space, they always got an impression whereby selling HDB means giving up space. Moving into condo means condo is definitely going to give you limited space. And last but not least, people who just don't want to move. Moving house is very. Can you illustrate a bit more, bro?
Okay, so for the first group, those that say fully paid HDB, okay, don't take loan. In fact, these are the group that I feel the most heart pain, okay, because the accrued interest, right? You know, when you sell your property, you use a CPF. When you sell, you need to pay back your HDB, you need to put back the amount of money used into your CPF plus the interest, okay. And a lot of times that age of the property also is the biggest threat to the family. Okay, why is that so? Because the interest and the CPF amount returned, a lot of time it eat into your cash proceed. Okay, so as the property age gets older, okay, the as the property age get older, the prices of the property also decreases. I take for example, recently I have a unit, okay, in Bukit Panjang, 20 years old only, 20 years old. So many buyers came and said, wow, this 20 years old fairly old already. Okay, I think earlier days, people said 30 plus, 35, those are of age of property age are old, right? Now, less than 20 years old, they also consider it old, So that's why I feel that, how do I say, those who feel that because they already fully pay up the loan, okay, and don't want any loan-free kind of things, okay, is at a big disadvantage, because a couple of cases that I managed recently, right, most of them are going into the negative sales, okay. Yeah, so in fact, quite scary. Over the last 1.5 years, I have about at least 5 or 6 cases of negative sales. These are the one that fully paid, okay, the property age is getting older. All right, now as for the second group, right, people that don't want to compromise on the space, okay, just a bit about come back to myself, my wife, myself, I have a dog, I have a helper, okay, so we have stayed in houses which is 1,003 square feet, we have stayed in houses 900 square feet, the smallest is 640, okay, 640, all right, and in fact now we are staying 840 square feet, 2 plus study lah. So honestly speaking, right, the only a little bit of struggle with the 640 square feet lah, okay, because family, my parents that come and visit also have to house with us, okay, but on the other hand, right, from a big HDB with walk-in wardrobe and all those things I mentioned earlier, right, to now we are staying in a place where we are very comfortable, okay. In fact, my wife happier, lesser housework to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so also we need lesser housework to do, and the family get actually closer. Okay, we spend a lot of time at the poolside, at the gym, and all those other things. So,
so in short, can I say that actually humans, we are very adaptable. So when from big to small or from small to big, we will get used to it very quickly.
Very quickly. That comes to my third point. When people talk about moving house, okay. So every single time my client or myself move house, right, never a time where they complain and say, wow, move house very troublesome. Because we choose to look at the positive, the bigger picture. I'm upgrading, I'm moving to a nicer place, kind of things. In fact, right, my daughter is now 13 years old. In the last 12 years, we actually moved 4 times already. Wow. Okay, so this is what we call character building, okay. I tell you, my daughter very adaptable one. Okay, she knows how to help us to pack the house, pack the things into boxes, unpack, and then some of these things is really what I like to see in grooming her and developing her as well.
I see.
Correct.
You see, out of all these stories that you share, actually I'm most interested in the negative sale part. Okay, I think because I also have got a lot of customers whereby they thought they are doing well, but when I do a financial calculation for them, apparently because of the property, they somehow don't make money, especially if that property is most of the time like it's HDB. Okay, they don't make money. In fact, they got to offset their CPF if they were to sell the property. Maybe you can illustrate a bit more. Why did this thing happen? What constitute this negative sale?
Honestly speaking, I think I mentioned earlier on in the last 1.5 years, I managed quite a number of cases of negative sales. Okay, just take for quick example, in the last 6 months, right, I have 3 clients, all of them eventually gets into the negative sales. Okay, and the location of the property is actually quite prime, it's at the city fringe, Holland, Jalan Bukit Merah, these are places. Okay, in fact, not those city fringe. I do have cases like in Yishun, Bukit Panjang, and even Woodlands. Okay, now how the negative sales come about is when you sell your property. Okay, first thing that goes back into first thing that have to be deducted is, of course, your outstanding loan if you still have. Okay, then subsequently your return of your CPF plus the interest. This is what I mentioned earlier. The accrued interest are the one that a lot of people are not very aware of. Okay, now when the sum of money returned is more than what you actually sell for, okay, that goes into negative sales. Yes. Very sad, because a lot of the cases are 90K, okay, 70K or 60K negative sales. Okay, because these are also our hard-earned money. Yes. Okay, although money in CPF will go back to CPF, okay, interest also go back to CPF, but it's still a loss. A loss is a loss. Yes. Okay, money that you park in your HDB and then eventually go back to CPF also is a loss. It's not easy to make money nowadays, okay. So that's why it's very much like a bank that tell you, okay, hey guys, you invest, you put your money with me, every year your saving is getting lesser and lesser, okay, I'm telling you upfront first, it's getting lesser and lesser, and by the end of the so-called 99 years lock-in period, so your property will become zero, So why are we throwing our money away? Okay, and that's why I think I really like, that's why I do a lot to share with my clients, like what I mentioned earlier. Start building your asset early, because you really don't want to get into this potential pitfall.
But
I answer that.
But you see, the thing is it the problem of choosing a wrong property, the type of property? What constitute to this negative sale? Is it happening to one class of people?
Actually, it's very much the HDB segment. In fact, most of the cases are the HDB segment.
Okay.
Okay. And not forgetting, a couple of years ago, in fact, I think only last year there's some change of ruling, right? In the past, when you purchase your HDB, you need to fully utilize your OA.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So imagine your whole lump sum of OA, okay? Let's say you buy a property for 400,000. Okay, and if you have 300,000 in your CPF, you're going to pump in everything inside there. And if you keep the property for 10 years, the interest built up over the last couple of the 10 years is very substantial. Okay, now come back to my HDB. Remember 518 Jelapang Road that I told you?
Okay.
Okay, I actually do a check recently. A recent transaction for my HDB, the 518 Jelapang, recent transaction.
You sold 320,000, right?
Yes, and I make a few $1,000. Okay, if I were to keep the HDB, okay, till now, all right, today in the market, I probably can sell at 430,000. Okay, but I actually did my calculation. After selling and all those things, right, maybe I will only take back 40K.
Okay.
So if I have to balance both sides, okay, if I were to keep the HDB, I stay there, big house and a big space and all those things. Now today I decided to sell. I cash out 40K over what I have done during this 15 years of journey. Okay, how a little bit I think it makes a lot more sense to have 2 residential property, 1 commercial, plus a small sum of money in our savings. Okay.
But in terms of profit, is it as much as 10 times more than your 40,000?
More than 10 times, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's worth it. It's worth it to take whatever risk you can name it, whatever shifting of houses that you got to go through. I think it's worth it.
Correct. And again, I mean, let's come back to a little bit about the sell 1 buy 2. If you really don't want to compromise on the space, I mean, there are properties in the market now where for 800,000, Okay, you can have an older EC lah. For 800,000 in the West, I can name you quite a couple of projects that you can buy and you still get the space. Okay, with current with people who are able to afford a HDB, then now probably they can purchase a 800,000 resale condo by maybe the spouse, and then do what I advise some of them to do. Maybe use the wife name to buy a small investment portfolio to build up the asset while they are still young and able.
Okay.
That's a bit.
Okay, Billy, before I want to change this a little bit. Before we end this conversation, why don't you share with us about this project that you are heading called Whistler Grand? Is it suitable for people to consider, if they want to upgrade or move into a private condo? You want to tell us a bit more about this project?
Okay, Whistler Grand, all right. Project by CDL, very established developer, local developer. In fact, when I talk about my own purchase, the one that I use my wife's name to buy, I buy a project at that location also. Okay. Yeah, actually, in fact, I bought Twin View lah. Okay. So, being the project I see for Whistler Grand, some of the advantage of that location is that it is located just outside the second CBD. Okay. If you were to drive to the Jurong East itself, right, it only takes about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. Some things I always share with my clients is that if you recall what you have in Jurong East, let's say 10 to 15 years ago, I think everybody just managed to tell me, got IMM, got one ice skating ring, correct lah. Okay. Anything else they don't remember already. But if you were to look at the whole development of the Jurong East now, you have 5 shopping malls, you have a hospital, you have a hotel. Okay. Whether a lot of HSL coming back, okay, we will take one step at a time and we see. So the whole development of the Jurong East is really very exciting. All right. Now, the key reason why I like Whistler Grand so much is that when we talk about value buy, okay, developer CDL actually bought the piece of land at $800 per square feet per plot ratio, versus the neighbor, Twin View, which is $593 per square feet per plot ratio. Okay. And currently, the selling price for Whistler Grand is, the average selling price for Whistler Grand is slightly below Twin View. Okay, so how often do you have an opportunity to so-called take advantage of a developer? Okay, therefore, as of today, right, we are almost 70% sold. Okay, then CDL, the brand is there. Okay, a lot of investor goes into the area. Okay, recently there's a project at the same location, TOP at the end of last year. Okay, all right. I help my clients to rent out one of the unit. Okay, and it's a small 2-bed 1-bath unit. Okay, all right. The rental yield is surprisingly good. Okay, we are able to hit 3.2% rental yield in current situation. Yeah. So very exciting, because when me and my wife are talking about it, okay, whether we're going to move one more time to Twin View or we got to stay put in Hillview, all right, because at Twin View side, the location itself, we're going to be able to generate good rental income for that project. So we leave that discussion of whether to move in there or not in the future.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Last but not least, any advice for our viewers? People who wants to sell one, buy two, people who wants to upgrade their property portfolio, or who wants to touch something about property wealth creation. Any advice for all these people?
Yes. Actually, if I looking back to my own journey, I really like to talk about all these things. So looking back at my own journey, right, if I were to turn back the time, okay, something that I feel very sad is that when I first make my HDB purchase, I don't have an advisor to tell me what to do. I really don't have, you blur, you just follow. If your friends buy HDB, get married, you also buy HDB, get married. Okay. So those days, no one to advise me. If I have a person who I can trust, who I can talk to and find out a little bit more, I wouldn't have bought my HDB then. Okay. We have went into the condo right from the start. Okay. So I think it's very much important to talk to someone that you trust, because when you were to buy let's say for example, you want to buy an iPhone, okay, you go and talk to the Apple store or iPhone seller. No, you don't really ask advice from a bicycle sales. You know what I mean? So a lot of time when we have friends gathering and chit chat, sometimes they tell me, "Wow, my friends who tell me don't invest now, no, wait for the market to crash." Then when I come back and ask them, "Hey, market crash, are you going to take action now?" You know, so cutting short a little bit, what I really want to encourage my client or people out there, talk to somebody that you trust, because we are the professional. We went through a lot of training, we went through a lot of courses, we learned how to do calculation and all those other things. So talk to the person who are able to give you the best advice, okay, and take action, because looking back in the last 15 years, okay, if I didn't decided to make the change, I wouldn't be sitting on a comfortable physical asset profit and all those other things. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Billy. Thank you. Okay, for those who are watching, if you like our conversation, you can put in the comments below and tell us what do you learn about whatever we have discussed on Sell One, Buy Two. Okay, and if you don't mind, help us share this link as well. Share it to more people so that more people, especially your friends and relatives, can benefit from our conversation. Okay, thank you very much again, Billy. I catch up with you very soon. Okay, thank you very much for your sharing. 谢谢你。
Thank you.